bikini season around the corner for some people. Many are turning to weight loss medications, but what does that mean for your heart health? Well, joining us now to break it all down is Dr. Yaz Daaboul. He's a 6-time board-certified cardiologist known for making heart health easy to understand and inspiring to all. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Yaz.
Girls, thank you so much for having me again.
Of
course. Very happy to be here.
So spring break is right around the corner, and a lot of people are wanting to hit the gym, get in shape, and look better in a swimsuit. I think our bikini days are gone, but
there's no thinking about it.
Yeah, and some people turn to weight loss medications to help with this. We see ads all over TV for this, but we never stop to consider what it could mean for our hearts. So talk to us a little bit about the impact it can have on our hearts.
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. So we, in 2026, we are very fortunate to have the availability of these new medications. That's a relatively new class of medicines that was not available as of maybe 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And we learned so much about them because there was an old generation of medicines for those medicines, and now the newer generation of medicines that have initially been designed to actually be anti-diabetes medicines. So the initial description was they're supposed to help with diabetes. But as we know from the 1990s and the 1980s is that the old diabetes medicines had bad impact on the heart. So the FDA mandated that every diabetes medicine should actually study the heart. And this is now, the newer medicines are studying the impact of diabetes medicines on the heart. And almost incidentally, we found that the new medicines, these are the ones that are now the weight loss medicines, have actually had good outcomes on the heart.
Oh, good.
So now we know the medicines like semaglutide, which is the Ozempic, or tirzepatide, which is Mounjaro. These were initially designed as a diabetes medicines, but then over time we learned that they actually have great weight loss effect, up to 25% loss of weight over a 60-month, 70-week period, 70-week period. But also they have good effects on the heart, so we learned that they have good cardiovascular outcomes when they were studied for cardiovascular death, when they were studied for heart attacks, and also for other organs like the liver, the kidneys. So there's a lot of benefits for these medicines. We always have to say, these are not magical medicines in any way. So we always want to emphasize to everybody who's watching us today, these are not magical in any way. They do have their trade-offs. And so every medicine has its own side effects. So, if you're not a person who should take these medicines, we would caution that you might not get the benefits that these medicines are advertising, because they were advertised for specific populations of people. And of course, you might deal with the side effects, which can sometimes be debilitating. So, don't take them unless instructed by a professional.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and there's so many. And I just feel like every day you turn on the television, there's a new commercial out for a new drug. And I even hear that there's a pill form now. I've been on the shop form for a long time. Is there one that's better than the other?
Oh, good question, actually. So, they started as weekly injections, and then they moved to the pill form now. So the two big medicines in the market, these are the semaglutide and tirzepatide. They're both moving towards pill form. One of them is already in the market, and it's a daily pill that is equivalent to the injection, so we know that it actually does work. And the other medicine, which is the version of Mounjaro, is also now moving towards a pill form. But, these are all now almost the outdated versions, because there's newer, better medicines even out there in the market that are still not even in the market, so they're still investigational. There are some triple agonist medicines that are about to actually be FDA approved if they do a good job with their clinical trials. That's retatrutide, which is not yet available, but although it is being consumed by a lot of individuals off-label or actually as compounded medicines, which are not supposed to be for human use, but a lot of people are using them. But anecdotally, we are seeing the benefits. A lot of people at the gyms are taking those. And the reason is they minimize muscle mass loss. So you lose more fat with less muscle mass loss.
Yes, because that could be an issue with some of the weight loss medications.
Right.
So who is a good candidate for these drugs, and who should steer clear?
Yeah, so when they were studied, it was supposed to be people with elevated BMI, so people who are struggling with overweight or obesity, and people with diabetes. But some of these weight loss effects are not only indicated for diabetes, so it may be with or without diabetes. But there are some other indications or compelling reasons why we give these medicines to people, such as for those with sleep apnea, people with some orthopedic issues like knee pains from their excessive weight. And always, and I want to emphasize this, is that they should always be given in conjunction with exercise and a good diet. So never take these medicines as if they're the holy grail, they're going to fix the whole problem, and you're just going to eat more and more fast food or not have a good, healthy lifestyle overall. So always attempt of a good lifestyle before these medicines, if that's feasible. And if you do decide to take these medicines, it should be with a change of lifestyle and diet.
Oh, you're so smart.
So smart.
Yes, we're going to have you back. This was great information, and I know our audience is going to find this information very useful. We're going to put all the information for Dr. Yaz up on the screen.
Thank you so much. All right, well, let's get to the results of our question of the day.
Now, this would be a great question to ask you, Dr. Yaz. I'm sure you're up on this. Have you been decorating for spring?
Yes, I haven't stopped actually all week, and all I've been doing was decorating for spring. I'm so happy spring is back.
Yes.
Wait, what does that even mean? What do we do with spring decorations?
You know, put your bunnies out.
Yeah, men don't know.
Oh, yeah, that I done, yes.
Men don't know.
Okay,
All right, let's see what everybody else had to say. 57% say no, they haven't just yet. All right, well, every day we have a different question, so we appreciate you chiming in. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram so you don't miss out on any of the action.
All right, stick around after the break. We're going to have our budding thought of the day.
I like that.
You're watching live from Chevy Chase.